In the event of an emergency evacuation, please follow these guidelines. If you are seated in the lower rows of level 100, please walk down the stairs to the floor, proceed through the nearest portal, and exit the building. For the upper rows of level 100, walk up the stairs to the concourse and exit through the nearest doors. Those seated in 200, 300, or loge seating, walk downstairs to the concourse to exit through the nearest doors. Elevators will not be in service, but event staff will be available to guide and assist you.
Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to the Herbert College of Agriculture's commencement ceremony. If you are able, please stand for the academic procession. The procession includes the graduates of the Herbert College of Agriculture class of 2024 and faculty representatives led by Dr. Lynette Edwards, who carries the college banner. College Interim Dean David White and University of Tennessee Knoxville Chancellor Dondi Plowman will lead the commencement stage party that includes Senior Vice Chancellor and Senior Vice President for the Institute of Agriculture, Dr. Keith Carver, today's guest speaker, Mr. Joe Baker, and members of the college administration.
Welcome, everyone. Please remain standing as you are able as we begin today's ceremonies with the presentation of our national colors and the singing of our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps and join Megan Krish in singing the Star-Spangled Banner. Megan is accompanied by members of the faculty brass, Arthur Zanin, Alexis Kilgore, Katie Johnson-Webb, Alex Van Duren, Alex Lappins, and Keith Brown. We are also honored to have today's color guard be presented by cadets from the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, Air Force ROTC Detachment 800.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the rampart we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's ringer, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Everyone may be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to the 2024 Herbert College of Agriculture Commencement Ceremony. Before we get started, will everyone please join me in a round of applause for our upcoming graduates? And can I get a go Vols? Awesome. Well, today marks a significant milestone in the lives of our students. For many members of the class of 2024, this day is especially meaningful because their high school graduations were disrupted by something, if you remember, called COVID-19. We are thrilled to celebrate them today, and we hope this occasion becomes a cherished memory for all in attendance. Commencement is a formal ceremony. We request that all attendees remain respectful. We also ask that everyone stays until the ceremony officially concludes so that every graduate can fully enjoy the event without disruption. Thank you. With us today are students receiving their Bachelor of Science degree from all of our 11 majors across the college. In a separate ceremony that will be held Saturday morning, degrees will be conferred upon the graduate students, with the doctoral graduates being hooded by their major professors. A little bit of history on agriculture here at the University of Tennessee. It's been a part of the curriculum since 1871 and has been offered under different structures, including a Department of Agriculture, a School of Agriculture, a College of Agriculture, a College of Agriculture and Home Economics, and in 1991, the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources. In 2018, with the generous philanthropic support from Dr. Jim Herbert and Judy Herbert, the college was renamed the Herbert College of Agriculture, one of 3 named colleges here at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. The first graduate degree of study was the Master of Science in Horticulture in 1905, with the first doctoral program in animal science beginning in 1960. Over time, our college has grown to encompass 11 undergraduate, 11 master's, and 6 doctorate degree programs, all dedicated to developing future leaders to meet the many challenges facing our natural resources and agricultural enterprises. I am truly excited about the opportunities ahead of us and believe our Herbert College continues to advance from good to great. Chancellor, I'm sure I said that right. Our faculty and staff work closely with our students to help them succeed, which is a hallmark and a value of the Herbert College. At this time, I want to thank the faculty and staff who are here today and ask them to rise to receive the thanks of our student for their support over the years here at UTK. So if you all will rise, please. Before I turn the podium over to Dr. Starr, I would like to take this occasion to celebrate the life of our longtime benefactor, Dr. Jim Herbert, who passed away in March of this year. Because of the generosity of the Herberts, our students have received unparalleled opportunities to pursue successful careers and impact the world around them. Our thoughts are with Judy and the rest of the Herbert family as we remember a man who embodied the volunteer spirit and lived by the following words: "To whom much is given, much is expected." Let us honor his memory by being the best versions of ourselves. And please join me in taking a moment of silence to honor Dr. Jim.
Thank you, and good afternoon. As Dr. John Steyer, the Associate Dean for the college, I have the privilege of recognizing the students graduating with academic honors. Each honors graduate wears a maize braided cord representing agriculture. You will also notice these and other students are wearing honor cords from various other honor societies. Academic honors are conferred upon graduating students who have displayed a high level of academic achievement during their university career. These honors categories are based on a student's cumulative grade point average computed at the end of the semester preceding the semester of graduation. Honors categories are based only on the grades earned at the University of Tennessee, and they must have earned at least 60 credit hours at the University of Tennessee in order to qualify for honors. Those officially graduating this spring will be presented today, as honors graduates for summer of 2024 have yet to be determined. And the list of students that have achieved this honor can be found in your program on page 12. At this time, I ask those graduating cum laude with a grade point average of 3.5 through 3.64 to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. Will those graduating magna cum laude who have earned a grade point average of 3.65 through 3.79 please stand? Thank you. And for those graduating summa cum laude who have earned a grade point average of 3.8 through 4.0, could you also please stand and be recognized? Thank you very much. At this time, I would also like to recognize the top graduates for the class of 2024. Will Cohen Eastridge, a wildlife and fisheries science major, and Priya Patel, a food science major, please stand. Give them a round of applause. Thank you. The university also recognizes many of its top students through their participation in the Chancellor's Honors Program, which combines exclusive coursework with extracurricular experience. Will the following students please stand as I call your name to be recognized for completing this rigorous program? Olivia Escher, Evan McFarland, and Peyton Sperry. Thank you. The Honors Leadership Program helps scholars understand the theoretical and practical application of leadership. These scholars complete the Honors Leadership Studies minor through the Department of Educational Policy and Leadership Studies. Will Madeline Ashburn and Hannah Lansbury please stand and be recognized for completing this program? Thank you. The 1794 Scholars Program is a 2-year honors enrichment program that is founded on the volunteer spirit. These scholars are dedicated to academic excellence and achieve participation in the UT and Knoxville community through their service. Will the following 1794 scholars please stand as I call your name? Alexandra Bobo, Kerrigan Fields, Tessa Herndon, and Bethany Walsh-Long. Thank you. The Farm Credit Scholars Program was established by Farm Credit Mid-America in partnership with the Herbert College, whose goal is to enhance the learning experience of students and prepare them for careers as leaders in agriculture and natural resources. Will the following students please stand and be recognized for completing this program? Kerrigan Fields, Kennedy Hill, Rebecca Hughes, Laura Jenkins, Savannah Jones, Bo Lawrence, and Olivia Phillips. Thank you. The Herbert College Student Ambassadors are to many incoming students the first face of the college as they help with our recruiting and student activity programs. These students go above and beyond and truly define what a volunteer spirit embodies. This semester we have 10 ambassadors graduating. Students, as I call your names, will you please stand and be recognized? Kerrigan Fields, Mackenzie Furches, Kaylin Costco, Mara Lind, Spencer Lowry, Jack Mellum, Olivia Phillips, Ashlyn Smith, Bryce Rolick, and Bethany Walsh. We will miss you all greatly. Thank you for everything you have done. Those of you in the audience will also notice that many of our graduating students are wearing various pins on their robes or sashes. The large orange pins are provided for all students who are completing a degree in one of the college's majors. Large white pins are for students completing a minor in the college, regardless of their college of origin. Additionally, the Herbert College has long supported and encouraged experiential learning and activities outside the classroom as a key to their success. Pins are awarded for various activities. Students, once again, please stand and remain standing if you are wearing one of the college pins for the following experiences: internship, international experience. Keep standing. You can sit when I'm all done. Thank you. Service learning, undergraduate research, learning, the living learning community, leadership, student donor, and farm credit scholars. All right. Thank you. Our students spend 4 intensive years with the faculty and staff here at the University of Tennessee. They experience many different emotions and grow tremendously as individuals. during their time with us. Each year, one of these extraordinary students is selected to share reflections of their time with us as they prepare to enter the world beyond the, quote, stately walls of old UT, unquote. Through an open nomination process, our students this year chose Ms. Kerrigan Fields as their student speaker. I have to get through this before she gets up here. It'll take me a while. Kerrigan Fields is graduating today with a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Leadership Education and Communication. She has served as a Herbert College ambassador, a collegiate 4-H and FFA officer, a Farm Credit Mid-America Scholar, a 1794 Honors and Scholar student, a legislative intern in the State Assembly, where she was commended for exemplary service, and as one of UT's 7 torchbearers this year, the highest honor an undergraduate student can receive at the university. Please help me give a warm welcome to Kerrigan Fields.
Wow. So this is what it's like to have a real graduation. The last time we were asked to wear this outfit was when we were either virtual or all 6 feet apart, and this was a prized possession. Toilet paper. It is truly amazing how one roll of cloth can be the source of so much anxiety and excitement. One day, the single ply was unacceptable, and then the next day, it was something that everyone fought to have in their household. Whoever envisioned themselves calling family to inform them they had found the quilted Charmin? But keep in mind, toilet paper did not change overnight. It was people's perspective that had changed. I believe our education in agriculture follows a similar path to the recent history of these Charmin sheets. For example, throughout our time at UT, we have introduced ourselves countless times with our name, hometown, and major. It became such a habit for me that I found myself saying it at the Chick-fil-A and Cookout when they all needed just my name. And by the end of the first semester, it was kind of predictable that someone would ask, "What are you going to do with that major?" And we had a 30-second memorized response ready to go. The science behind the predictions of the explanation reminds me of Hallmark movies. For those of you that don't like Hallmark movies and are hiding green fur under your clothes and have a heart that's 2 sizes too small, what you can do is you can kind of predict. Every Hallmark movie has different characters and different storylines, but they use the same plot for every love story. Just like we can always count on the main characters having a misunderstanding just as they both realize they fell in love, we can also count on the person who's going to ask us about milking a cow in class or asking us to identify the plant right next to us. Just like the Hallmark movies. Also, sorry for the continued Hallmark references. You can tell it's probably the closest thing I have to a love life. There's always a choice in the movies of choosing who is convenient versus the person that makes them better. And just like toilet paper, there's cheap and convenient single ply or more expensive and hard to find Charmin. You could tell I really like Charmin. Should we have picked a more convenient common major just because more people would have understood it? Or should we pick agriculture? Many people, although unintentionally, limit us by thinking all we do is drive a tractor, milk a cow, or get an occasional interview on the news when the storm blows through. But what are some other misconceptions of agriculture majors that we've experienced? Animal science majors, you guys are just getting a degree to go to vet school, right? Why would you even get a construction science major? You could just walk into a construction site and get a job, right? Okay, so food science means that you're going to be a chef. Why would I get a degree in food and ag business? I don't want to own a farm or wear overalls every day. Natural resources and environmental economics. Are you guys going to school to just extort our natural resources? Must be fun to be a forestry and wildlife major. I love hiking and going to the Knoxville Zoo. We can laugh about it now, but at what point will society realize the world cannot function without agriculturalists who are teaching the next generation of the food system throughout leadership, education, and communication, creating new technology like a deer incinerator? Where are the biosystems engineers at? What about plant science majors who are discovering new ways for people to interact with new varieties of plants? Now, even though we're all aware of the impact that we have through agriculture, I know you didn't choose this field to receive notoriety or accolades. You make sacrifices that go unnoticed, and you receive questions when it comes to the practices that you use. Rather than wallowing in self-pity or forcing the public out of your line of work, you choose to wake up every day excited because you have a career that serves communities across the globe. Is that not the definition of our mascot? And no, I'm not talking about Smokey. Volunteers act in the best interests and expect nothing in return because they are focused on making the world better for those around them. And agriculturalists help others because they are who they are. Now, let me read that again. Agriculturalists act with their best interests and expect nothing in return because they are focused on making the world a better place for those around them. And volunteers help others because that is who they are. It is the definition alone that makes me believe we will change people's perspective about agriculture. As we enter into the world of newly graduated students who are dirt poor, or if you're an environmental soil science major, soil poor, I had to try. Our lack of wealth is overshadowed by our passion to serve. As we take the knowledge we learned from our faculty, staff, family, friends, mentors, let the volunteer spirit carry us through the tough days when we feel discouraged, and let us attack every day with enthusiasm for a food-filled future. Now, I feel like it's only fitting to finish as my favorite commencement speaker, Elle Woods, finished. Congratulations, class of 2024. We did it! Thank you.
Thank you, Kerrigan. Can we get one more round for Kerrigan, please? I just want to say one thing about Kerrigan. She has accomplished so much during her time here at the university, and I know many of you have as well. She truly embodies the volunteer spirit, and I've been most appreciative of the initiative and service that you've shown in the best interest of your fellow students, our university, and our great state. And we are really proud of you. We are also honored today to be joined by Senior Vice Chancellor and Senior Vice President Dr. Keith Carver, who will bring congratulatory remarks on behalf of the University of Tennessee Institute of Agriculture. Dr. Carver.
It's just such an honor to be here today. Graduates, proud parents, our incredible faculty, staff, and administrators, our wonderful alumni that are here today, and all our extended family and friends, thank you so much for celebrating with us. Our graduates represent the very best students, and I'll say the very best people, at the University of Tennessee at Knoxville. And they will forever be ambassadors for the Herbert College, the campus, agriculture, and its related industries in the University of Tennessee as a whole. I'm very proud of them. To our Herbert graduates, congratulations on reaching this milestone and best wishes for your life journey. Remember, the University of Tennessee and the Herbert College of Agriculture will always be here for you. And never, ever, ever forget that every day is Ag Day at the University of Tennessee Institute of Agriculture. At this time, I would like to introduce today's commencement speaker, Mr. Joe Baker. And Joe Baker represents many things. He's a moonshiner. He's an attorney. He's a serial entrepreneur. He's a successful business owner, both small and large. He's a real estate developer. He's a farmer. He's a marathoner, and he's a UT graduate from the incredible University of Tennessee College of Law. He's a Tennessean. And graduates, how many of you have watched an away game, athletic event, football, basketball, softball at Yeehaw Distilling at that wonderful TV he has there? Screens, absolutely. He brought that to Knoxville, so we can thank him for that. But most of all, I'll say this about Joe. Of all his accomplishments and all the things he has going, the titles that he is most proud of is being a husband to his wife, Jessie, and being the father to his son and 2 daughters. And at this time, let's give a big orange welcome, a Herbert College welcome to Mr. Joe Baker.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. I want to start by just saying how I'm in awe of all the people I saw stand up and be honored. There are a lot of you that have worked hard over the last 4 years and more to qualify for such great honors. But there were some of you that sat down the whole time and didn't stand up. And I want to say that I recognize you because we have more in common. When I sat at my graduation ceremony, I didn't get to stand up either. So for what it's worth to parents and loved ones that are here with those, you can come up here and speak someday too. I want to say that it's a great honor and my great pleasure to be with you today. Such an important and celebratory day. Of all the commencement ceremonies in history, I think this has to be the first one where someone who sells moonshine for a living has been asked to deliver the address. And I have known Dr. Carver for a long time, and he's a good friend, and I know he's very popular, but I have to wonder if leadership is concerned about his invitation, inviting somebody to come in and talk about moonshine. However, our state song, and it's played here all the time, Rocky Top, does celebrate a culture of moonshine with lyrics like getting corn from a jar and strangers looking for a moonshine still, so I guess it was bound to happen one day. Now, I can't tell you who delivered the commencement address at my graduation ceremony. I don't remember the advice given or the inspiration shared. I'm sure I would have been better for remembering. I say this only to recognize that as much as I hope to share some lasting wisdom and inspiration, I know the odds are against me. But I do hope that I can be helpful. I hope that I can provide some encouragement for the times ahead that are difficult. I hope I can provide some tools for finding success, and more importantly, for finding meaning, or at least share some ideas that will be helpful along the way. You can think of my advice as the icing on the cake or the cherry on top of your excellent education. And I'm talking about food, of course, because you as graduates of the Herbert College of Agriculture, you're the people who will feed our country and feed the world. It's a powerful thing, and it's something that you all should be very proud of. There's a poem that's important in agricultural history. You all may know it. If you don't, you should, because it speaks to the sacred nature of your calling. It was written in 1874 by a man named Noel Shaw. It's called "The Farmer Feeds Us All," and here are a few lines. You may talk of all the nobles of the earth, of the kings who held the nations in their thrall, yet in this we all agree, if we only look and see that the farmer is the man that feeds us all. Then take him by the hand, all ye people of the land, stand by him whatever troubles may befall. We may say whatever we can, yet the farmer is the man, yes, the farmer is the man that feeds us all. Those words demonstrate a simple but profound truth. They remind me of how grateful I am that you've chosen agriculture. I know how much the world needs you. There's so many challenges we face today. Just here in Tennessee, we're losing about 80,000 acres of farmland every year. So we've got a growing population, but we've got less land to feed us. We need your sharp minds, your good hearts, your ability to solve problems and to innovate. I know our businesses need you. Moonshine and whiskey don't exist without agriculture. I didn't plan on being in agriculture, but I love running value-added ag businesses. Old Smoky purchases millions of pounds of corn every year to make whiskey. And Yeehaw buys millions of pounds of grain to make beer. And after we make our jars of Old Smoky moonshine and our cans of Yeehaw beer, we distribute the spent grains to farmers who are feeding cattle all across the state. Those facts remind me that our family is part of something bigger. We're part of a larger agricultural supply chain that has impact and it has meaning. And meaning is a lot more important than success. But oftentimes success is a necessary component of getting there. Success isn't a good thing because it means you can buy things. Success is a good thing because it means you can contribute to your community. Success most often happens in the service of others. I can tell you there's no greater sense of meaning or fulfillment in my professional life than when a team member tells me they were able to buy a house or buy a car, or send their kids to college, all because of their job and the income they derive from our business. That's what success can do for your community. Don't ever be ashamed of wanting and pursuing success. Just make sure it has meaning. I want to tell you about the 3 things that help me find meaning. There are a lot of answers out there, but these are the 3 that I know best: gratitude, grit, and staying grounded in the place you're from. For me, the words of gratitude and thankfulness often come from Scripture. My faith helps me back to the path of gratitude if the challenges of daily life knock me off. Maybe faith plays a role for you too. If it does, lean in. Life only gets harder, and faith only becomes more helpful. Today, I'm grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful for my wife, Jessie, our children, our health, the opportunity to be here with you. Practicing gratitude helps us connect to something larger than ourselves. And I promise that if you find a way to be grateful every day, even for little things, you'll enjoy better mental, emotional, and physical health along the way. Now let's talk about grit. Grit's a combination of courage, perseverance, toughness, and resolve. It's a particular type of strength, something you develop by trying and failing, and then getting up and trying again. We all develop grit in different ways. My high school football coach at Gatlinburg-Pittman, Benny Hammonds, he was known to always have a pretty good team. He's not what you would call politically correct, and he was a little rough around the edges, and his methods would certainly seem outdated today, but we loved him. He had a way of developing a group of mountain boys with really no talent into a pretty good little team. And he did it with love of us, and he would preach about the little things, getting the little things right, getting up when we were knocked down, and never giving up a fight. I didn't realize it back then, but Coach Hammonds helped me develop thick skin, develop grit, and I'm grateful for it. Early in my career as a lawyer, that thick skin came in handy. I got punched in the gut pretty good, and I experienced failure that was tough for a young man. I was a young lawyer who had been trying to check all the right boxes. I was an Air Force JAG officer. I'd been an assistant district attorney. I was pretty well known and popular in local law enforcement, and I had a reputation as being a good lawyer that was never afraid to try a case to a jury. All of that, my early success combined with all of that, youthful exuberance and pride, all of it convinced me that I should run for District Attorney General in the district where I grew up, Sevier, Jefferson, Granger, and Cott counties. I didn't have any family history in politics. In fact, my family was more likely to run from the law than to run for office. But despite that, I won 3 of the 4 counties in that race. But painfully, I lost the election. Jesse and I, we were just starting our little family. We'd put everything we had into that race, physically, emotionally, financially. It was painful. And I felt shame. It was all very public. It was in the newspapers. It was even on the Knoxville news channels. And when something like that's public, I think public life has a way of amplifying the embarrassment when you lose. And I felt it. And as I walked back into the courthouse the next few days, I knew I had to keep my head up. I knew I had to keep plowing away. And although it wasn't my time to serve, I couldn't just feel sorry for myself and quit. None of it was easy, though. Candidly, 20 years later, I stand here, and maybe it's the competitiveness, but I still feel pain when I'm talking about it. But here's the silver lining. That experience taught me a lot. It made me a better person. It made me so much stronger. And it opened doors for other things, a lot of other things. I learned the hard way that some of life's best lessons come from losing, from failure. It's hard to disrupt anything or improve anything in this world if you're not putting yourself out there. You've got to take risks. You've got to try and fail. Learn from those failures and try again. I expect that each of you will experience failure somewhere along the way. I hope that when you do, you'll get back up, get back to work. I promise you'll be better for it. Old Smoky wouldn't exist as a business today if I hadn't experienced that loss. And I probably wouldn't have been asked to speak here without the character building that came along with losing that election. Now, finally, I want to talk about staying grounded in the place you're from. No matter how big or small your success might be, and all of you are already successful. Just by virtue of being here today, you've accomplished a lot. It's important that you remember where you're from and the people that have helped to make you who you are today. Never forget where you're from. It's important for all of us to stay grounded because it's the best way to stay true to who we are. Nothing grounds me more than being in the mountains of East Tennessee. That's the ground, the soil, where I grew up. When I'm in the mountains, I know who I am, where I'm from. I come from mountain people. My mom was the youngest of 15. Just getting by was a challenge for them. Most of the families in Sevier County where I grew up, I know to this day. It's where I come from. Life wasn't always easy and still isn't for many people in the mountains of Appalachia. I know every minute of every day how lucky I am, how different things can be, and I know what my values are. I know that giving back to my community offers me the most meaning in life. I want to give you a great example that affected me. When I was in the 7th grade, Dolly Parton came to my school. She came to speak to my class. She, of course, grew up in Sevier County, too. Dolly told us that day that she'd give us $500, every single one of us that graduated from high school. And when she said it, that $500, it might as well have been $1 million, at that point in my life. And her promise mattered. It mattered because Dolly, one of the most successful people that had ever come out of our area, she believed in us, and she wanted to invest in us. And so today, it's one of the greatest joys in business for me to be able to invest in the communities of East Tennessee. Our businesses employ about 2,000 people, all of whom really matter to me. And if I ever see Dolly again, I'm going to tell her how her lesson had a ripple effect, because I do try to follow her example. And that's where I find the meaning within success. It's not about the things you can buy or how fancy of a house you can live in. It's about going back to your hometown and showing that place and those people the gratitude they deserve. That soil that grew us, it deserves something back. So graduates, please go forth and pursue both success and meaning. I hope you use the tools that I've talked about today. Practice gratitude, develop grit, and stay grounded in the place where you're from. I believe these 3 things will help you in your careers and in your lives. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you for choosing to feed us all. I wish you success and meaning in life, and thanks for including me in this special day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joe, for being with us today to share your journey and words of advice and inspiration for our Herbert graduates. And I want to especially recognize your commitment to sustainable agriculture and natural resources. It is greatly appreciated. Can we have one more round for Joe Baker, please? Okay, today our graduates will be introduced individually. Our students have worked hard to earn their degrees, so I ask that you be patient as we recognize each graduate. Graduates, the ushers will start directing you to the stage where you'll be introduced. Once you have crossed the stage and had your photo taken, please return to your seats. The official degree conferral by Chancellor Plowman will take place once all names have been called.
Students graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science or Sociology, Matthew L. Blessington. Nathaniel James McLeod. Students graduating with a Bachelor of Arts or a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Adam James Riley. And next, we have students graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture with a major in Agricultural Leadership, Education, and Communications, John Douglas Wiggins. Jacob Fisher Hancock. Sydney Lane Hicks. Anna Grace Swift. Leslie Danielle Bradley. Anna Grace Epperson. Ethan Kyle Carmley. Kerrigan Lane Fields. Olivia Ray Phillips. Kaylin Roselle Costco. Riley Hope Colbert. Allison Reeves. Cassidy Melissa Kelly. Rebecca Jane Hughes. Cheyenne Marie Pugh. Faith Michelle Sue DeBlong. Next, we have students graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Agricultural and Resource Economics with a major in Food and Agricultural Business or Natural Resource and Environmental Economics. Braden Cole Adams. Benjamin Andrew Fletcher. Gabrielle Lammy. Charles Spencer Lowry. Kevin Thomas Cosgrove. Elijah Beatty Dotson. Emily Grace DeWitt. Megan Focus. Bethany Kara Jean Walsh. Lucille Mediah Hevinger. Mackenzie Blair Rains. Hayden David Riley. Bryce J. Vrolick. Harper Cohen Perchick. Piper Ray Bailey. Savannah Taylor Jones. Laura Grace Jenkins. Jordan Andrew Crawley. Hannah Marie Von Hoff. Olivia Claire Mengen. Anastasia Greer Panamitros. Joseph Lubering. Samuel Taylor Neary. Samuel Robert Caffarelli. Next, we have students graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Animal Science. Kelly Danielle McFagan. Annabelle Rose Pelly. Lucille Ruth Vanasek. Anna Stewart Britt. Brandon Christopher Lemons, Jr. Lauren Nicole Large. Morgan Grace McCormick. Josephine Charlotte Knight. Danny Grace Pitts. Camden Patrick Edmonds. Madeline Grace Chase. Abigail N. Daniel. Sophia Nicole Taglia. Megan McGeetrick. Cassidy Lynn Shanslin. Maya Judith Hoffmeister. Tyler Benjamin Phillips. Zoe Elena Gutierrez. Nicole Anna McInerney. David Logan Payne. Benjamin P. Quinn. Andrew Dalton Doherty. Olivia Grace Escher. Karen Hernandez. Kaya Lynn Logan. Alexis Chastain Grant. Carly E. Baker. Madeline Blythe Ashburn. Jenna Grace Owen. Parker Wyatt. Allison Shea Rudisell. Carly I. Klinger. Kennedy Sierra Hill. Bo Lawrence. Skylar Elizabeth Michael. Erin Lee Ely. Heidi N. Vile. Haley Lynn Foster. Celeste Johnson. Kara Ann McNutt. Sarah Burke. Summer Bell Mize. Abby Elizabeth Trent. Brianna Baker. Sydney Lauren Colson. Blaze Pirani Beer. Andre Renner. Tessa Ray Herndon. Sarah Mackenzie Worley. Reagan Emily Helton. Grace Louise Connor. Peyton Elizabeth Speary. Lily Robinson. Lindsay Scruggs. Peter Joseph Sparks. Margaret Harrington Brady. Madeline Noel Vito. Hannah G. Nicely. Anna Maria Kelly Lyles. Jaden Epperson. Alexander Christine Bobo. Lauren Michelle Blansett. Kayla Robin Simonetti. Savannah Leanne Thomas. Camden Reed. Emily Ann Moore. Douglas M. Tilley. Nicholas C. Lynch. Jacob Adam Staracci. Benjamin A. Barnhill. Michaela Lani Utai. Christina Faith Lawson. Amber Catherine Edgar. Cassidy L. Wallace. Jackson P. Hicks. Mackenzie Paige Furches. Bailey Chitwood. Beverly Michelle Newsy. Samantha Tatton. Caitlin Elise Davis. Next, we have students graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Food Science. Hannah Miller Lansbury. Lucy K. Watkins. Kiana Shea Lane. Daisy Leanne Braden. Priya Yogesh Patel. Jordan Victoria Bowling. Kelsey Elizabeth Moore. Samuel T. Kenny. Dewey Trin. William Gordon Emery IV. Next, we have students graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Plant Sciences. Jack Avery Mellum. Riley Lynn Wyatt. Andrew David Thurman. Ryan Faulkner Hughes. Eric Michael Heavenstreet. Jared Stephen Marshall. Jack Matthew Townsend. Carly Amanda Ford. Hannah M. Soot. Elizabeth Rose Campbell. Michael James Salvatore. Laura Emma Jean Whaley. Kayla Nicole O'Mary. Samantha Ann Conrad. Gabriella Fair King. Lauren Emily Little. Jennifer Marie McClure. Mia Elizabeth Bronner. Kaylee Patricia Reddington. John E. Tigard. And next, we have students graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Biosystems Engineering, a Bachelor of Science in Construction Science and Agricultural Systems, a Bachelor of Science in Construction Science and Management, or a Bachelor of Science in Environmental and Soil Sciences. Emily Elizabeth Whitley. Evan Nelson McFarland. James Parker Emmons. Zachary Aaron Cutler. Martha Shen. Austin Michael Cunningham. Julian Alexander Yee. William Paul Carey. Drake A. Perry. Zaman Christopher Lee Reed. Colton Blaze Foster. Nicholas Grant Saylor. Jackson Pierce Mayo. Kendrick Malik Brown. Jacob Ramsey McDonald. Aaron Christopher Eimers. Derek Santiago Herrera. Grayson Lane Trammell. Christopher Crossland McCord. Jonathan Jarrett Bjornstadt. Kobe Dirt. Joseph Richard Adams Jr. Clayton Thomas Hanley. Christian Ali. Karsten Alexander DeBlasi. Bryson Thomas Taylor. Miles Xavier Bond. Peyton Riley Sherrill. Braden J. Sparrow. Jonathan Drake Ernie. Parker Joseph Ween. Braden Reynolds Lilybridge. Colton Faye McCormick. Brendan Knapp. Zach Brown. Andrew T. Snyder. Jackson White. Eric Luke Tucker. Aiden J. Vanston. Elizabeth M. Hickman. Laura Noel Johnson. Hannah Darlene Spencer. Lauren Elizabeth Allen. Austin C. Elledge. Brianna Elizabeth Allen. Rachel Catherine McKinney. Grant Connor Leslie. Akayla Meredith Martin. Amber Danielle Gunter. Natalie Deanne Spencer. Amanda Mackenzie Foreman. Heather Ann Boyle. Isabella Aiden Allen. Valentina Lucia Hokirk. Hunter Ashley Armstrong. Wade Wilson Reagan. And next, we have students graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Forestry or a Bachelor of Science in Wildlife and Fisheries Science. Alec Jason Nance. Nicholas Walker Dew. Cohen Will Eastridge. Nathan Corey Bond. Dawson Burgess Morrow. Paul Bethencourt the fourth. Juliana Jean Jett. Hannah Grace Guess. James Herman Collins. Michael Paul Radford. Calvin Garrett Sides. Clifton Stivers Goydell. Connor Ryan Bosch. Robert Twig. Ian Christopher Berry. Jacob Lee Chitwood. Jackson Eubanks. Abigail Rachel Aller. Jackson T. Seagroves. David Robert Holdridge. Simon Elijah Strickland. Samuel Wyatt Hale. Nika Lee Abels. Mara Lind. Andrew Turner Burke. Alexis Ann Valentine. Anna Noel Henkammer. James Everett Cooper III. Madeline Nicole Stooksbury. Kelly Aaron Colby. Megan Lund Luttrell. Ryan Joseph Morehouse. Chloe S. Wilson. Ashlyn Catherine Smith. Aubrey Payton Vincent. Emily D. McDavid. Zoe McLean Best. Jessica Lynn Sweet. Jacob Wyrick. Dennis McKinley Short. Caleb Scott Mackey. James Elias Adcock. Anna Grace Carol Britt. Connor Davis Hallmark. Ethan James Ward. Thomas Gilbert Harvonic. Abigail Joy Danier. Arcada May Faust. Madeline Page Hux. Alex K. Haston. Grace Vivian Cope. Lavid Matsumura. Jessica Catherine Pierce. Aubrey Joy Dauernheim. Alexis Diane Tinker. Emily May Hilton. Ayana Montague. Alejandro Santos.
Sorry, these hats are horrible. It's like 1,000 years old probably, right? Whatever, this tradition. Let's give our 2024 Herbert graduates one more round of applause. Well, we are very proud of our almost new alumni. However, there are a few graduates to whom we owe a debt of gratitude. Daisy Braden, David Holdridge, Skylar Michael, and Ryan Morehouse will be serving our country in the U.S. Armed Forces. They have volunteered and successfully completed a rigorous program allowing them to become military officers for the United States of America. They will be commissioned into the Army at the commissioning ceremony of the Rocky Top Battalion to be held tomorrow afternoon. At this time, I would like to ask Daisy, David, Skylar, and Ryan to please stand as we show our appreciation for their willingness to serve our country. Thank you all. In a few moments, Chancellor Dowdy Plowman will conduct the conferral of degrees and conclude today's ceremony. You've waited a long time for this moment, and I want you to enjoy it. After your degree has been conferred, I hope you'll celebrate and soak in this moment with friends and family. To the family and friends of our graduates, I thank you for sending your loved ones to us. I know these students are your children, brothers, sisters, nieces or nephews, a few are spouses, some are even your mom or dad. You supported them during their time here, providing the emotional and often the financial aid they needed to complete their studies. Graduates, please join me in thanking your families for their support over the past few years. A few notes before I pass it off to the Chancellor. After the celebration, the stage party will recess and our ceremony will be officially concluded. Graduates will exit at the back of the arena floor to receive a gift from the university. Graduates will then exit the building and be directed to the outdoor ramp toward the concourse level to meet with your guests. Guests will unfortunately not be allowed on the arena floor and are asked to exit the building up the stairs to the concourse level, and I thank you in advance for doing so. It is now my pleasure to introduce a leader whose energy, expertise, and vision has transformed Rocky Top's image across the state, nation, and world. Please welcome our #1 volunteer and Chancellor of the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, Dr. Don D. Plowman.
Graduates, today we celebrate not only the diploma that you will receive, not today, but in the mail, okay, but the education that it represents. The knowledge you have gained, the experiences that have shaped you, and the relationships that have guided you over the last 4 years. All of that is so important. But you are a special group. You arrived on Rocky Top in the fall of 2020. Just think back to that. I think you're the bravest graduates we've ever had. You came at a time of great uncertainty, unsure about how your college experience would unfold, unsure how long you'd be wearing the mask, unsure if you'd be on Zoom or in face-to-face. You had no idea we were going to beat Alabama that second year that you were here. And I saw some of you down there rushing the field, just let it be known. But you came with an open mind and an unwavering belief in yourself. You trusted that you were prepared for this moment and that the people around you, both here on campus and at home, would support you along the way. And you did it. That makes you, in my opinion, I'm going to repeat this, the bravest, the most capable, the most adaptive, the most resilient. There is nothing you can't face, graduating class this university has ever seen. Let's hear it for you guys. Today, you leave Rocky Top as college graduates, ready for whatever comes next in your journey. Graduates, we are all so proud of you, and we hope that you remember this moment forever. Now, we have arrived at that part of the ceremony that I know you've been looking forward to, when I actually confer your degrees. And you move your tassel, not right this minute, but when I tell you, you move your tassel from right to left, acknowledging the transition from student to graduate. This is a special moment for you to celebrate all of your years of hard work and your dedication. So, degree candidates, will you please stand? Your presence today demonstrates that you have done all of the work, completed all of the requirements for your degrees. So, on behalf of the state of Tennessee and the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degrees for which you have been recommended. Let's hear it for these guys. Now, undergraduates, you may move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations, graduates. You may now be seated. We'll close the ceremony, as is our tradition, by singing the alma mater together for your first time as alumni. After the alma mater, at my direction, we will take a few moments to celebrate and soak in this experience. You may throw your caps and snap some photos, find your friends, family, and friends. Let's all cheer as loud as we can. This is a moment to celebrate yourself, all that you've accomplished, and all the people who have helped you along the way. So please stand for the alma mater. After the celebration, the stage party will recess, and our ceremony will be officially concluded. Again, congratulations to everyone, and thank you for celebrating with us, and go Vols.
On a hallowed hill
Okay, graduates, we're going to count this down. You're going to count with me. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's celebrate.